Hi, I'm Ernie Zore, and I'm here with my friend Larry Housel in this 61st video in Puritas Spring Software's FAQ series. I'm not going to mention the series number mashup that we had here, but just to confuse you further, I'm going to tell you that this is our 6th video in our ChatGPT series. So, with that confusing introduction, Larry, why don't you perform your own introduction?
Without numbers.
Wow. Yeah, no version number.
I'd be happy to do that, Ernie. Thank you again for keeping us all in line as far as what episode we're dealing with.
Nice.
Because there might be a time and place when you need to sort by that kind of
It's
thing.
the least I can do, Larry.
It's much appreciated. We're going to discuss ChatGPT's web browsing feature. Now, when we first decided to make this video a while back, it had just been reintroduced. It was in the original version, got pulled off, and they figured out whatever legal loopholes they had to, or not loopholes, but hoops that they had to jump through in order to be able to browse people's websites without them getting all bent out of shape about it, and it's back. But then they went and released an entirely new version of Chat and incorporated web browsing into it. So we'll cover the same thing. It'll just be in a new version of Chat. So we're going to be talking about both things.
You know what? And that's not even getting into the fact that earlier in the week, browsing with Bing wasn't even working on the computer. I think it was a problem with their server or something like that. And
yeah.
So I was wondering, gee, are we going to be even able to make the video?
Yeah, that's good that you bring that up, Ernie, because we should probably not bury the lead and let everybody know that a lot of the stuff we're doing today is on the paid version of ChatGPT, version 4 Turbo now, I think is what they're calling it. OpenAI announced a couple days ago that they're not taking paid subscriptions right now because, like you mentioned, they're having some server issues, I think. It's just a lot of usage, a lot of overload.
Nice. Good problem to have. Too much business.
Yeah, right.
Okay, well, hey, you know, one of the things about this browsing with Bing, what really makes it so important is that in the early days, which only lasted about 9 months or something like that, there was a September 2021 cutoff. So if you ever browsed like you would with Google, for example, and asked it for current price on something or up-to-date information or a restaurant menu, chances are Chat was going to come back and say, sorry, we have a cutoff date. We can't give you any new information. Nothing later than September of 2021. So that's one of the biggest, if not the biggest advantage to browsing with Bing as a feature, because it expanded Chat and let it get into all that newer information that's available on the internet.
That's right, and they don't have, that we could find at least, a good manual on how to use it and how it works exactly. So we figured we'd put this video together just to kind of demonstrate what it can do and hopefully also show everybody some of the new features of ChatGPT version 4 Turbo, as it were.
Right, and one of those things is that you don't have to enable it anymore. If you had this version, I think when you started it up, you had to choose between advanced data analysis, which was the old code interpreter, and or browse with Bing, but now all of these things, I guess, are run together, and you don't even have to enable them; they're enabled already.
Yeah. I always like to bring up how they name these tools and how they put everything together, because it was called Code Interpreter when it first came out, and then they finally realized that nobody was interpreting code. They were putting in spreadsheets and Word documents, and so they renamed it to Data Analysis, and now I think sooner or later it's just going to be called ChatGPT. You won't even separate the different things it can do.
Right. That wasn't much of a name improvement, was it? Going from Code Interpreter to Data Analysis.
Advanced data analysis. Not just data. Yeah.
Well, anyway.
They need some help in there. What we were going to do is get past this limitation like you talked about and talk about browse with Bing, which was I guess that's what they're still calling it because they merged with Microsoft, or they have a partnership with Microsoft. But they're essentially using Bing's web browser to supplement information. So it's pretty much a game changer, I think, when it comes to getting data out of ChatGPT, because it can go search the web for you, right?
Right, yeah, that's true. If I wanted to know a price, for example, I used to use Google a lot of times. I was going to buy my wife a bicycle, and I would Google it, and Google would give me a bunch of hits. But where Chat wouldn't give me anything that was new, but with the Browse with Bing, it does, and it gives me some pretty valuable information, and it's easier to zero in, like with Google, and even with Bing, before Chat got into it or OpenAI, you had to sort through your hits and find out what was relevant and what wasn't relevant.
Yeah, a lot of
Whereas
garbage.
I find that with Chat, I'm able to zero right in on what I want, and I won't get a lot of irrelevant hits. I'll get some, but not a lot.
Yeah, that's right. I think that using ChatGPT as your search agent, where you're having it go through and sift all that information, is the way to go. Is going to be the future of the internet, in my opinion. I'm not saying that Google's going to go away. That technology is still useful, but you're not going to be asking Google directly. You're going to let your AI do it.
Yeah, I agree. Who'd have thunk?
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. So I'll be looking forward when I don't have to click on links and see if they're sponsored or anything else.
Larry, I wanted to mention the fact that while Browse with Bing requires the paid version of Chat, much of what we say about Chat works just as well in the free version. Although, again, you won't have the Browse with Bing feature.
Yeah, thanks, Ernie. It's always good to keep reminding people about the paid version and the free version. Like we mentioned earlier, you can't even get the paid version right now, so you're stuck with ChatGPT 3.5. But nevertheless, if you follow along on these examples, you'll see that we've ponied up for the paid version. So I should probably ask Chat what ponied up means.
Yeah, there you go. Hey, things are changing so fast. By the time this video gets out, it wouldn't surprise me if they'd sorted out their server issues or whatever. And
yeah, I think you're right.
You never know.
We can't even keep up with our script for the videos that we're shooting once or twice a month, much less, keep up within the next day or two of what's going to happen with Chat.
Remember, at the beginning of this week, I had no Browse with Bing, so don't know what to expect. Okay, well, let's try to keep our curiosity down to a roar and get back to browsing with Bing. I have a nice use case for this feature because I happen to be planning to buy my wife a surprise Christmas gift, an electric bike.
Nice.
Did I already say that?
That's the first time you brought it up.
Right.
And I think it's a great idea. I like those bikes. I haven't ridden one myself. Well, no, actually, I rode a rental. It was really nice. But my concern is, Ernie, is this is going to be a YouTube video that we want a lot of people to watch. And you just revealed a surprise.
Right. Yeah, you know what? My wife never looks at any of our videos, so it's not something that I really need to worry about.
It's funny, mine doesn't either.
Yeah.
I haven't planned ahead enough for my present.
Wow.
See, if she heard that, she wouldn't be too pleased.
Well, no, I was just thinking that's the way you stay married for 40 years, is you have your own interests. Anyway.
Yeah, that's true. What is she?
We're off the Chat subject here, though. Let's get back on it.
Okay. So this video is not just about Chat. You're actually helping people with their
marital assistance, marital aid. Well, okay, wait a minute. I'm not sure. I like the sound of that.
I think maybe marital assistance is better than marital aid.
Yeah, okay. Bad connotations. Okay.
Well, fortunately, I know the editor and producers of these videos, so I can always go back to him and ask him to cut some of this not so politically correct discussion out.
Well, now, Larry, that you've brought the subject, this is kind of a touchy subject with me because when I make a goof, I say, hey, is that going to be cut out? And the guy in the booth and everybody else, they're nodding their head, yeah, we're cutting it out. And then maybe a month or two later, I have opportunity to listen to the video on YouTube, and they were just soapboxing me or whatever because it's not, they never did cut it out. All right, I want this cut out, okay? I'm telling you, this gets cut out right now. Anyway,
we'll see.
So anyway, yeah, right, exactly.
Or here.
Okay, so let's do this. What I was talking about. Here's my search. Oh, this is our logon page, by the way.
Yeah.
And I'm going to click on login, and there's all my secret passwords and everything. Okay, everybody, close your eyes. No, I'm only kidding. You are not going to see any. Okay, see how it says ChatGPT 4 up here? Yep, with the DALL-E. That's the
image.
Artistic. The image creating app or function Browsing and analysis. Okay, limited 40 message
Yeah,
in 3
so
hours.
when
Okay.
we wrote this script, you had to go through and click and choose one of those. But
Right.
now it's
Yeah.
all in one prompt, so you don't have to do that anymore.
So here is my prompt. What is the current price of the Electra Cruiser Go! Exclamation point. Step through electric bike. Now, I know the real bike people are going, oh, wow, electric bike, what the hell? Yeah, right, I feel the same way, but you think about it differently when you're over 70. And so the electric bike becomes much more attractive, you know, in that context. Anyway,
Yeah,
all right.
especially on hills.
Yeah, especially on hills. I hate hills. So there we go. I'm clicking on it. We're
So
performing.
you didn't tell it to browse. It
Oh.
just is going to know to browse on its own. Yeah.
No, there it is. Yeah, there it's doing
Because
it.
it's like, oh, current price.
Good for you, ChatGPT.
That's smart fella, or lady.
There it is. Now we're doing this. Is it saying? Did I ask it about sales or something?
No, you just said what's the current price, and that's what it gave you.
Okay. You know, here's another thing. Is there anything? Oh, wait, no. Are there any specials for Black Friday or Cyber Monday? Huh? Let's see what happens. Now, and this illustrates another point is that Chat is aware of the prior question.
That's right.
You could not do that with Google. You would have to restate everything
Oh,
again.
yeah.
Whereas now it's, okay, now it knows exactly what I was asking about, and it's refining its search.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Very valuable technique, or I'm not sure
Feature,
what
I
the
guess. Yeah.
feature-
I mean,
okay, yeah.
You're right though, because it does. It ties it all together, and it allows you. It personalizes the conversation to what you're asking, and I agree. I think that's one of the things that surprises me the most is how it understands stuff you talked about, or if I just word something conversationally, it understands that I mean, like, you know, if I say, give me an image for slide 1, it understands that I mean slide 1 of a PowerPoint presentation. So it's working hard trying to
is.
find some
Yeah,
deals
look
for
at
you. Look
that.
at that. It just keeps searching different bikes. Is it Mike's Bikes now?
Yeah, you know, it's nice that it lets you know what websites it's
You know, Ernie,
visiting.
while it's searching, let me ask you, because I grew up on a tree farm, and we always used to refer to tractors and other machineries as females. You'd say she. Now, do you think ChatGPT, would you assign it a sex?
Well, that would be very offensive to tractors that identified as non-binary. So,
Well, we weren't worried
I'm
about
not
that.
I'm not on board with that, Larry. I must be honest.
Do you
with
think
you.
I should go back and apologize to the tractors?
You could probably have ChatGPT
Write
prepare
me
an
a
apology.
letter.
Write you an apology.
I would write a good one.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, okay. You know what? It's doing it. Should we continue waiting
yeah,
for
it's
this
going
thing?
forever.
I mean, yeah, right. Who knows? Maybe it's frozen.
Yeah,
well,
maybe it got confused about, it forgot what it was looking for.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh, wait
Oh,
a minute.
Hey, heard us
Just to admit
talking,
we thought we'd given up hope.
but didn't find information about these.
No Friday or Cyber Monday. It's too early for that stuff.
Wait, what is it saying here?
It said go to Mike's Bikes.
30% off?
Yeah.
Well, okay, well, that's what I asked it.
So maybe, Ernie, explain about the quotes then.
Oh, right, yeah. It has these quotes here. They're in a different color, and if you hover over them, you'll see that what this really is a link to Electric Users Go at Mike's Bikes, the Electra Cruiser page. And here's another one. Best e-bike deals. So it not only gives you the answer, but it gives you sites to where it got its information,
Mm-hmm.
which is very nice.
Yeah, that is nice. Makes it very useful for research.
Okay, now Larry, did you have something you were planning here with?
Yeah.
What is this?
I was gonna show.
Do you want to sit down?
Yeah, maybe I can sit there and,
Yeah,
and I can
no, go.
show everyone who's following along at home how much better you are at spelling and typing than me. So
Well, I'm a hard guy to beat at typing.
you are. But I will try to keep my prompts short and precise.
There you go.
But what I wanted to do is, you've done a really good job of explaining how it will use Bing to search the internet and return you information and give you links. And I wanted to do more or less the same thing with a little bit more of a legal twist, and also to kind of go back over this, how it's combined everything and it can do multiple things, right? So let's start out by saying, I am writing a memo to my partner at a law firm about current AI usage in the See, this is when, look at that, I spelled all that right.
No,
except
one
for-
mistake, then you're good to go.
That was just
There you go.
me being clumsy. Do, let's see, please create a wow. I'm being heckled by the cat,
Really. That's the lab cat.
the lab cat.
I'm petting him so he won't make any noise.
Please create, I want to say with links, but it'll do that anyway.
Okay.
I'm going to say browse, though. Relevant information, and create a 3-paragraph summary. So basically, I'm asking it to write me a quick memo. So it's going to go out and it's going to research this information, and hopefully it doesn't take as long as it did for the bikes. But you had it chasing Black Friday deals and stuff. So maybe
Right.
It was really Harvard Technology Review. That seems like a good place to go. You know, Ernie, like I told you, I was a criminal justice major, and they're doing some really interesting stuff with AI. Not even before ChatGPT, they were already, for the video surveillance and stuff, they can do some crazy stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Show me every red truck that went through this intersection for the last 2 hours.
Wow.
And it'll just like one right after another. So at any rate, what I'm going to show here, hopefully, if it doesn't take too long, and if it does, I'm sure our editor will cut this part out.
Yeah, right, especially if you ask him to.
Because they always
He
do.
said sarcastically.
So this is going to kick back a summary, and then I'm just going to ask it to create it as a downloadable file, if it doesn't do it already, to demonstrate that now ChatGPT, without having to move from different function, it's all built into the same prompt window. You can browse the internet, you can upload documents, you can ask it for documents, you know, that you can download, or you can ask it to create an image. It's really
Nice.
it's really a huge step forward when it comes to this ChatGPT world that we've been living in.
Well, I don't know what relevance or importance the image creation function would be to a law office, but it was amazing, just from a non-professional standpoint, to be able, hey, draw me a picture about, and it draws you, yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
It is astonishing.
I think what I would do is demonstrate its ability to create photorealistic
We've got to
images.
do that in a video, maybe not in this one, because I think we're running long on this.
Yeah, because it's taken ChatGPT.
Yeah, we're
servers
sitting
were
around.
overloaded.
Maybe we can speed it up when in the production. Yeah, right. We can do that, just like we cut things out.
Fast forward through this discussion we're having.
All right. Well, let's see.
All right. So when this is over, we're gonna.
Well, I guess it was my duty to comment that, like everything else, it's important to note that any feature, nothing's perfect, and it may occasionally fetch content that's irrelevant or worse.
Yeah. See, Ernie, I'm glad you said that, and you actually had this in the original script, because we had a discussion before even doing this video that it was important for us to talk and remind our viewers that ChatGPT is not something you can trust. You have to verify any information, especially this kind of research that it's doing, or even more importantly, if it's something it's coming up with off its own knowledge, because it can quote unquote hallucinate, you got to stay on top of that. You cannot trust it.
Right. Oh, look at that. Network error.
Yeah, see
So
how it treats me very
That didn't work
poorly.
out. Yeah, that didn't work out too good.
I'll show just to demonstrate what I was trying to do. I'm just gonna hit this, and I'm gonna hit stop, and then I'm gonna say,
Well, getting back to what you were saying, though, yeah, the Mata attorney with the false case sites. Ouch! Wow, he got fined $5,000, and my friend John Dean sent me an email this week that was a copy of a newspaper article of some young attorney or attorneys who used ChatGPT to prepare a brief, and they got all great-looking legal sites. It's just that they were all fictional, and they lost their jobs. And I think the judge also fined them. So you got to really be checking this stuff.
yeah, and I think we mentioned that quite a bit. We talk about that quite a bit. But
Yeah, one of the first things that I did was get a bogus site.
yeah,
Yeah.
I think the people that were early adopters that have been on it for a while know not to trust it. I think the problem is maybe somebody thinks too highly of it, and maybe asks too much of it.
Well, we did the first article, and I don't think a day or two went by when a lady attorney emailed me, and she said she was doing some legal research, and Chat was giving her bad sites. They looked really good, but they were just made up.
That's one of the scary things about ChatGPT is how good it is at lying, because it sounds extremely confident. Maybe future versions will have some kind of humility factor that you can give it, where it's like, hey, I don't really know, but here's what I think.
Yeah. So what do I? You know what? I was talking, and I don't think I caught. What are you doing right there?
So I'm trying to ask this instead of getting into having it do that research, which obviously you already demonstrated and is taking too long. I was just going to have it create this memo for me in a. It's building an outline here, and I'm hoping to. Yeah. So it's automatically creating it as a Word document. And that's what I wanted to show. You don't have to go into data analysis, advanced data analysis to do this anymore. It's just built into Chat. So if you ask it any information you've asked it for, you can say, hey, give me this as a spreadsheet. Or, like we've demonstrated in other videos, you can upload spreadsheets.
Now that's very cool. So in other words, you gave it a subject, and you said, prepare a document on this, and it's going to give it back to you as a Word doc?
Yeah, that's right. So it's giving me this download here, and if I click on this...
Isn't that cool?
It's going to download this file. And
I like that.
If I open it up, there it is.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. There it is. Legal memo AI and criminal justice. And you can ask it to format it specific ways and things like that. So
how nice.
But that's a good way to start. Right now I got a good start on this, and I could go ahead and write
well, that's
it.
pretty useful.
Good to see how to get back to a little preview of your book for our audience. All right, so Ernie, we just wanted to show that it's a nice full-featured Chat prompt now. You just ask it something, and it'll go figure out what tools it needs to get the job done for you, and it just further demonstrating the advancements that are happening every day with this technology.
More automation. Oh, hey, Larry. I think I hear music, and that signals the end of our video.
All right. Good timing, if I might say. Let me start by thanking everybody for listening to us go on and on here and tuning in for the 61st episode and 7th, or was it 6th?
6th. Come on, Larry.
AI.
Don't confuse me.
episode.
I'm already confused enough on my own.
And that's true. We could talk about the book. There's only one of those.
Yeah, right. There you go.
First book.
Soon to be 2.
Yeah, and hopefully, it's soon to be 2. That's the plan. Because we love writing books about technology that changes every hour.
There you go. Yeah, right.
And the book we wrote was a comprehensive guide to AI in the law offices, ChatGPT in the law. You can order a hard copy or an ebook from our landing page that Ernie will put in the links for the video, ai.puritas-springs.com. And it's also available on Amazon, so you can search for it there and get it in digital format, $12.99. $15.99 for a paperback. What a deal.
There you go. Another reminder that we've not mentioned lately is those of you who bought the book from Amazon probably will want to email us so that we can keep you updated. You may be surprised to know, I know I was, that when you buy a book, one of our books from Amazon, they don't even tell us who bought it or what their email address is, anything like that. I guess it's a good privacy thing. But
Yeah.
in this instance, where we want to contact you and say, hey, chapter 5, here it is, different,
Yeah, right.
yeah, can't do it. So if you send us some information about if you send us, provide us with your email address, we'll be happy to keep you posted on things like that.
And always remember that we want you to subscribe to our videos, our YouTube channel, so that whenever we post a new one of these videos, you'll get a notification. That's also a good way, almost as good as emailing us, of keeping up on the latest from us.
That's right, because remember, if you like us, we like you.
See, Ernie, now, and I know we've been over this before, but I've been thinking about it, and I think the implication in what you've said is that if viewers don't like us, then we don't like them. And we don't want to give off that kind of vibe, do we?
You kind of put me on the spot here. Let me think. Okay, my answer is that I meant it in the best way possible. And it's times like this that I wish I had a press agent. Well, as my friend Sam D used to say, good people, until next time, stay healthy, safe, and happy.
Bye now.